Hello everyone, Fanta here. You're watching FantaVision, and the Square Enix press conference pretty much just happened a couple hours ago, and I gotta say, it could be the best conference of E3 because of how many games they showed off, how there was very little extra BS that you don't care about. I mean, they showed Square Enix music, but they showed it was just on Spotify, so it wasn't really an extra product that they're just trying to advertise. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but at the same time, that's fine, whatever. And the phone game they showed off is like a fully fledged, sure, it's not like a complete remake, but it's a remaster of Crystal Chronicles on the phone and Switch. And I think it was on like PS4 as well, but it was an actual console game. So they had a real game, not some microtransaction filled nightmare. So they also start their entire thing with a huge bang, Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I'm talking about lots of stuff they're showing off about it. They're showing off some cutscenes. They showed off like a kind of a mini boss battle. They showed the different characters. There's new characters you can play. They showed off how the combat works because it's a completely new system. They showed off so much about this because they know that this is what the fans want. They actually did what you're supposed to do at a press conference. You did what the fans wanted you to do. You showed what the people wanted to see. And because of that, I mean, that already puts them above most of the other people that have already gone up. All the other companies are just like, buy this, buy this, buy this. And of course, Square Enix is doing the same thing, but they're doing it in a way for the fans. They're doing it in a more respectful way, I feel. And I'm actually excited for Final Fantasy VII. I've never played Final Fantasy VII. I've played Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core is the closest I've really played to any Final Fantasy game. The point is I don't play Final Fantasy games, and I'm excited for this Final Fantasy game. The combat looks pretty freaking awesome. I like that it's unique, actually. I mean, the way they slow down time and you pick the different moves and you can choose between different people and you can do the moves at the same time. So it's actiony and it's strategic and it's real time, but it's also kind of I like it a lot. I think it looks really cool. The graphics look amazing. The fact that there's going to be enough of a game that there's going to be 2 discs. I mean, it's just going to be like the original in multiple discs. This has multiple discs. There you go. That's the real reason they did it. But no, seriously, like, Square Enix seems to really know that this is the game that they can't screw up. And that's another reason why I'm so hyped, is because Square Enix will never live this down if they screw up the Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's no way. They would always be known as the company that screwed up that game. It would tank the rest of their games. Their entire brand would have a huge black mark on it for the rest of their existence if they screw this up. And I think they know that, so it seems like they're really pouring their heart and soul into this, and I'm excited to see what comes from that. So that was the first thing they showed. They showed it for quite a bit of amount of time. They showed quite a bit of the game, and it got me excited. So they did their job, and that's why I feel like I can't believe Square Enix last year didn't do shit. Now this year knocked it out of the park. Good for you guys. I feel bad for Life is Strange because, I mean, it's like an indie niche, choose your own adventure type game that had to follow the biggest game coming out from Square Enix since forever. I feel so bad for them. And then I don't feel bad for them because their trailer was nothing but streamer reactions, which was the cringiest crap in the world. It was awful. I mean, I don't mind those type of games, but if you've just got famous streamer reactions all saying the same thing over and over and over, oh, puppy, 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 I don't want to buy your game. I'm immediately turned off if you're trying to use influencer marketing. Stop trying to be hip with the cool kids and have streamer kids all over your trailer. I don't want to hear it. Show me your game, and then I'll decide. Just because other famous people enjoy it does not mean that I'm going to enjoy it. I don't understand that. I know that's a classic way to do marketing, but I feel it's a terrible way to do it, honestly. Speaking of Final Fantasy and all that stuff. I mean, there's lots of Final Fantasy stuff. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. That's cool for people that like Final Fantasy VIII. Maybe I'll get into it after I play Final Fantasy VII. But everybody they seemed happy in the audience. I don't know. It looks okay. It looks like they took the game and they made it have slightly better graphics. Okay, cool. What I'm really excited about is Dragon Quest Builders 2. I've never played anything in that franchise, but the Dragon Quest Builders 2 game looks like a lot of fun. I've heard I've been missing out, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. It's supposed to be bigger, better, all that kind of stuff, the usual. I'm excited for it. Looks neat. Another brand new game that they announced, which is from the creators of Gears of War Judgment and Bulletstorm. So, right off the bat, I am kind of worried about this game. It's called Outriders, and it's going to be a dark shooter. That's basically what we know right now, is it's going to be a dark first-person shooter, and they showed the studio for some reason. Like, we're supposed to care about this studio. I mean, they haven't made anything critically acclaimed. They're not some amazing studio that we're waiting for a new game to come out from. So it's really interesting that they spent so much time on this. I know it's a new IP, and I'm hoping that this is the game that brings them out of their muck, because those games were not great. They weren't terrible games, but they were very middling, not great games. I never felt like playing through Judgment. I played a little bit of it, thought it was okay. Played Bulletstorm, thought it was okay and didn't beat it. I don't know. This is their third chance at a good game, and hopefully, because this will be a brand new IP, I guess Bulletstorm was as well, but hopefully when they've got enough creative freedom, and that's what they're missing. Maybe that's it. They didn't have the correct creative freedom. So now under Square Enix, hopefully they do, because those other games, like I said, not so great. There's going to be a new expansion to the Final Fantasy MMO. I've heard this is a great game, but I don't have time for MMOs, so to me it's just like Elder Scrolls Online expansion announcement. Happy for all the people that play the game, but I don't care. The crowd seemed happy unless it was dubbed in. I don't know. It's another subscription-based MMO too, so I don't have time for that, especially because you gotta have money invested into it. Same reason I don't play World of Warcraft. I don't want to invest the money in that amount of time, you know? Another remaster of a game that I never had a chance to play, which is The Last Remnant. I really don't know much about this, but I'm guessing it was good enough to remaster, so I guess I'll check it out now. So yeah, I'm kind of torn whenever games get remastered, because it's like I don't want more remasters, you know? I want new games, but at the same time there are lots of games like The Last Remnant that I haven't had a chance to play, and I'll happily play a higher res version, and I'm way more likely to play it if it's on current gen console, especially if the next generation consoles are backwards compatible. Just means another new game, hopefully the PS5 or Xbox, whatever they call it. I don't know. We'll have to see. Another game that they showed off a bit more of was Dying Light 2. Not a whole lot of new gameplay or anything like that, but they're just going like, hey, look, this exists, and that's fine, whatever. I am kind of sick and tired of zombie games. I know Angry Joe has made that joke that those games are kind of run into the ground, and honestly, it's true. I have no... I don't know. I just have no inclination to play that game at all. It's just more killing zombies, more leveling up, more getting new weapons. Nah, I don't know. It's okay. So, they discussed Marvel Avengers, and I was really thinking it was going to be like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which is what I thought it was advertised like it was supposed to be, but it doesn't look like that at all. And the little snippets, which looked kind of like gameplay, it looked like a third-person action game. And with the graphics that look like that, I don't know. It looks like a last generation console game, honestly. Unless it's top down, the graphics do not look great. And there's potential, but we don't know anything about it really. And everybody seemed kind of mixed in the chat about it. And I gotta agree, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't. It was kind of that, but it wasn't that. I was hoping they would show some of the top-down gameplay like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, just to kind of reassure everybody, like, hey, this is the game. This is what it looks like. And maybe they've shown off gameplay trailers now that this video's up, but I'm just telling you what we saw at E3, and they did not, or during this press conference, and they did not show gameplay like that. So I'm a little bit worried about it. It looks like an old school movie licensed game that was just shoved out to make money. But it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which was actually like a great game. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see when there's more gameplay out. They, of course, announced a bunch of other JRPG and Japanese games that I really don't have that much interest in. I'm sure you can look that up. There was like a racing game. There's a top-down game. I don't know who asked for a game like that. I've never enjoyed those type of games. The camera's like up above and you're racing on a track. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. But overall, I think Square Enix did a good job with their presentation. I think the way they just did the whole thing, they didn't have too much stuff shoved in. They didn't have TV shows. They didn't have movies. They didn't have phone games with microtransactions. They didn't have a subscription service, thank God. It was just games. And that's what it's supposed to be about, guys. That's what E3 is supposed to be. Do I think it's going to be the best press conference? I don't know. I mean, Microsoft did have that Cyberpunk trailer, and Cyberpunk I'm incredibly excited about, but that's just personal preference. I'll discuss what my favorite press conference or presentation of E3 is probably in the podcast. So check out the podcast for my favorite one, and we'll be recording that tomorrow after the Nintendo press conference, which I am incredibly excited for. It's going to be like 45 minutes, so look forward to that. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to make a video about it yet because I'm going to be recording the podcast pretty much right after, and we'll be giving our thoughts on the entire show in that. It's going to be a big E3 podcast special thing, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys thought about the press conference in the comments section, and as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys.